Greetings and welcome back to another wristwatch video, and today we will be discussing the topic of homage watches. Why? Well, simply there have been many homage watch reviews on YouTube in the last couple of years, so I figured why not explain what in fact an homage watch is, maybe what are some pros of wearing homage watches, and in the end, are homage watches clones, replicas, fakes, or whatever you like to call them. So the first thing we have to do is explain what term homage or homage, as some say, is. It means to pay respect to something or somebody. So in this regard, we can come to the conclusion that homage watches are watches that take inspiration from originally designed watches, mostly luxury timepieces. So for example, like the watch I'm wearing today, wristwatch check, I'm wearing my Saint Martin or Saint Martin vintage diver. This is in fact an homage watch to the Rolex Submariner, reference number 5508. Of course, review of this watch will be coming very soon. Why homage watches are usually or almost always homages to luxury watches? Well, because they are expensive, they're very hard to obtain. So if a person likes the design of a luxury timepiece, they can either buy the thing. If they can't, then they have two other options: A, buy a replica, which you should never ever do, and B, buy an homage watch, which I think is perfectly acceptable, and then it scratches that itch, so to say. So because of this, I came up with 3 pros of wearing homage watches. Number 1 is that they are affordable. Of course, if you would compare them to the luxury timepiece, they will always be a lot more affordable than them. Also, they are obtainable. This is the second pro. For example, even if you have the money to buy Rolex Submariner, you can't just walk into Rolex AD store and request a Rolex Submariner. Then you have to get on a waiting list, and then maybe you never even get the call. So you can always buy a Rolex Submariner homage watch. It's just one click away. It's a lot more easier to obtain. And finally, you don't have to worry as much when wearing an homage watch. So when wearing this watch, even if it gets stolen, I can simply buy a new one. Or maybe if I damage it, the repair cost will be a lot lower than the watch this watch took inspiration from. Now, I say take inspiration from. Lately, in the last couple of years, there have been many AliExpress brands popping up which have been making so-called homage watches. However, they don't take just inspiration from the design, they basically copy-paste the entire design of the watch and just put their own logo on the watch. So because of this reason, a lot of people in the wristwatch community say that these are not homages, they are in fact fakes. Now, I personally disagree with them. Why? Well, a replica, a fake watch. The only purpose of that watch is to either trick you, the person who buys it, or trick the people around you that you're wearing the real deal. So for example, a replica AP Royal Oak, if you say it's a Royal Oak, and if somebody is not really into watches, they will say, oh wow, you have Royal Oak, good for you. On the other hand, an homage watch, maybe from afar, it would appear that you're wearing the real deal, but if they come close, they can clearly read the brand name. So there is no confusion if this is an original watch or if this is an homage watch. So maybe somebody would from afar see this watch and think it's a Submariner, but when they come close, they say, oh, well, this is Saint Martin. Yeah, Saint Martin, it's a homage watch, it's not a real Rolex. Ah, okay, then I get it, you know. So essentially, I think that is the #1 argument why homage watches, even these AliExpress clomage, which is clone and homage watches, are not replicas. They don't have a lot of originality in them, of course, there's no debate about that, but they are simply not fake watches. Of course, if you disagree, maybe leave a comment down below. Maybe give me some arguments why you think homage watches like the Saint Martin watch on my wrist are in fact fakes. Maybe you can change my mind, who knows. But yeah. Some of the most famous examples of homage watches you can buy today are, for example, the Invicta Pro Diver. The Invicta Pro Diver, I think, is a very popular homage watch, and it's fairly accepted in the wristwatch community. Of course, Steinhardt also makes some homage watches which are pretty cool. Like I have a Steinhardt which is kind of an homage to the Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman. Also, one of, I think, like Bulova, Citizen, and Orient also make a lot of homage watches, mostly Rolex homages. However, I found a Citizen watch, which is an homage to the Breitling Navid timer, the Citizen Perpetual Calendar watch. So it's not all Rolex homages, thankfully. I'm not sure if the Bulova Lunar Pilot is also considered an homage to the Omega Speedmaster, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe you can clarify that in the comments down below. In fact, there is also a controversial opinion in one of the most famous wristwatches today, the Rolex Submariner, is in fact itself an homage watch to the Blancpain 50 Fathoms, because the Blancpain 50 Fathoms is the first diver, then Rolex maybe took some inspiration from that watch to make their own Submariner line. However, this is again a highly debated topic. This is not necessarily accurate, even though I think it is. But yeah, that's essentially it. What are homage watches? Like I say, they pay respect, they take inspiration from originally designed watches. We talked about the pros of the watches, and we discussed if in fact they are fakes or not. In my opinion, they are not fakes, but maybe you disagree. Again, leave a comment down below if you disagree with any of my points I made in this video. So, as always, if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, leave a thumbs down. Maybe give me some suggestions on how I can improve my content. Subscribe if you want to see more wristwatch or fragrance related videos. And until next time, have a great day and bye.